Once again, the Winston Cup Series has come to Atlanta, poised to crown a champion. Jeff Gordon will be a story today.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the pit.
The would-be 2001 champion, Jeff Gordon, right in front.
Oh, BP, we're going to go deer hunting tomorrow no matter what. We just might get there a little later, so definitely looking forward to it.
Marty, in our interview with Jeff Gordon on Friday, in which we ran in the pre-race show, he told us that he thinks fans might have gotten the wrong idea how hard their team was trying after their performance at Rockingham. It's not that they were trying hard, it's that they might have been trying too hard. He didn't want people to think they were protecting their points. Instead, they put that car on the ragged edge to try and get it into victory lane. Unfortunately for them, it didn't work out. Then they had some bad luck and a bad call last week at Homestead. But today, Gordon and this entire team has come here with one mission in mind: to win the race and then take home the championship. A moment ago, car owner Rick Hendrick jumped on the radio and said, "I'm proud of everyone on this team, Jeff and everyone else." Jeff was next on the radio, thanked his car owner and his crew, and then crew chief Robbie Loomis also thanked Rick Hendrick for the opportunity to pull off what they're hoping to pull off here today.
We'll be back to the Atlanta Motor Speedway after these messages. Facts and figures on the day.
Pretty anxious. Until you get some heat build up in these tires, the cars are really nervous.
Jeff Gordon qualified back in 24th spot. He's in the middle of the traffic. He's going to finish 32nd or better today to claim the title this afternoon. He needs to get through and make sure there's no early incident in front of him from back in the middle of the field. Where's Jeff Gordon at?
16th the last time by, moved up from his 24th starting position.
Made out, but not Jeff Gordon. When the caution came out, it goes, woo! This car is excellent. We're fast. It's 4 tires, no changers. He has 2 tire carriers, both wearing helmets. Marty.
New leader, Tony Stewart.
His car's not ill handling.
Jeff Gordon, it's really rolling. He's up to 10th.
10th spot.
So what was that you said at the top of the show? Well, you've said it actually the last 3 weeks. He wants to win the race. They didn't mean it this time.
Oh, they really mean it this time. They got their game face on down in that 24 garage area and pit area. And here comes Jeff Gordon. He took him 3 wide off turn 4.
Inside of Todd Bodine for 7th, looking for 6th on Michael Waltrip.
And they're going to be 3 wide off the second corner. Oh, and Michael throwing the dust. Bill, those guys got to be happy in that 24 pit.
They're thrilled, and the man that is most thrilled is their driver. Extremely pleased with the way his car is handling Benny, is convinced he can get to the front, got help on pit road, 13.98 seconds from 14th to 11th on the pit stop.
And here comes Jeff Gordon on the inside of Todd Bodine. That's 5th.
Sterling Marlin following Gordon stride for stride up through the traffic. Williams race chase interval from Gordon in 5th up to leader Tony Stewart. And he goes by Dave Blaney to get 3rd. Elliott, a 5-time winner here in Atlanta. Gordon takes a spot from Blaney.
Jeff Gordon right now is just in the absolute perfect spot. He doesn't have to. If he gets a chance to pass these guys, he will. He got a chance to pass Bill Elliott, he will. But there's no real rush to chase these guys down. He's in the perfect spot right now.
Yeah.
So Gordon to 3rd. Behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart. Early in the going in the Napa 500.
Teammate who has now passed him fell back a little bit. Gordon was letting his tires come in. Now that they have come in, he's moving to the front.
There's another guy moving to the front.
And BP, that high line, especially in 1 and 2, looks like it's the fastest way around here, which usually down low is better.
Jeff Gordon passed Tony Stewart for 2nd during the commercial break a moment ago. Here he comes for the lead. Ooh.
Oh. I think Junior thought about using that high line, but wisely decided not to do that, and Jeff Gordon goes to the front.
Just past 50 miles. And Gordon puts himself to the point. Now, what that means for the championship is that now just needs to finish 31st or better to wrap up the title today, because he's got the 5 bonus points for leading.
Alan, I think your batters in your computer are getting weak again, because I think that Jeff Gordon, before the race, had to run 32nd or better. I think now it's about 33rd or better.
I read it out of the press release, Benny. That's all I know. I didn't do the math on that one.
Junior's hanging in there pretty tough with Jeff Gordon.
Trying to. But the would-be champion is out in front of the Napa 500. 4th different driver to lead on the day. Yeah, you know I like the way. Log on now to NASCAR.com and check out the Conseco NASCAR Fantasy Challenge. Pick your own team of drivers and see how you match up against other fantasy teams. Log on today. You might just win a replica of the number 14 Conseco Winston Cup punt again. Coming up on 50 laps, complete in the Napa 500. Jeff Gordon is the leader. All right, BP, let's straighten this out once and for all. It is 34th or better now that Gordon has led a lap.
Thank you.
Next time I'll do my own math and make sure it's right. Go ahead, Wally. I can see you bite your tongue on that one.
And the big thing is Tony Stewart, as they run right now, has moved into the 2nd spot.
Yep. Ricky Rudd is running pretty deep in the field.
He's 28th.
Yep.
The 28 car is 28. Tony Stewart, meanwhile, is 5th.
But Tony's got some problems. And he is 5.9 seconds behind leader Jeff Gordon. Listening to Jeff Gordon's radio as we go through the field and check in on how some of the top runners are doing in the early going. Bill Weber.
Well, Alan, obviously you had Jeff Gordon doing very well. 24th to 1st. Called it a few minutes ago. Said the car's pushing just a little bit. It was tight when he went back out. Gordon 24th to the leader of the race, Marty.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. a little loose or tied in.
3.2 seconds behind Jeff Gordon, the leader.
Go the 2nd time by. So there goes Jeff Gordon by to put Blaney, I guess, 2 laps down.
Well, I mean, the 2nd time was weird. You didn't see it on screen, but while we were watching the Stewart pit stop, but he had the brakes locked up and the smoke boiling. It was like he wasn't getting all out of the brake pedal he was looking for.
Right, Alan. I don't understand that, because you know, if you miss it the 1st time, you're going to be a lot more careful coming in the 2nd time. And he actually looks like he locked the brakes up coming in the 2nd time.
Let's go back and take a look at the turn.
Well, that's exactly what he did the 1st time. Smoked up. Because when I looked up, I thought someone had spun when Mark Martin was on pit road. But it was the same situation. 93 car locking up those front brakes. Oh, look at Jeff. That's a high line, too. He's up there against that wall. And Jeff Gordon continues to lead, and Blaney is closing in on Jeff Gordon. But right now, both Craven and Dale Earnhardt Jr. are faster than Jeff Gordon.
You see the gap. Gordon, Blaney, then Craven, the 2nd place car. Leaders all stopped at lap 18.
So they got to swing it
now. Gordon, Craven, Earnhardt Jr., Marlin, and Elliott, the leaders in the Napa 500.
Really got tight there in the center, and that's what he'd been complaining about earlier. He's on pit road. How about it, Bill? Here comes 24.
And while his car's been just a little bit tight, he could have stayed out a little longer on fuel, but they learned on the 1st run how good this car is, so they don't want to take any chances. This is 4 tires, a slight air pressure adjustment to help the car, try and prevent it from getting so tight. Gordon knows he has a good car, wants to see if he can get it to the finish line first. At the end of the race, he's on his way.
Great pit stop.
Dale Jarrett started in the back. Jeff Burton started in the back. Kyle Petty led briefly there in the exchange of green flag pit stops. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Gordon, Craven, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
And they have fresher tires on than does Tony Stewart, so I would think that they'll be able to run him down. Ooh, Craven almost got the wall there. Last time by, they were a second and a half. This time, they're only 1 second behind the leader, Tony Stewart.
Really closing the gap fast on Stewart. Second half of this 2001 season for Ricky Craven's team has been terrific. A great improvement from what happened for them in the first half of the season. How come things got so much better in the late going, Ricky?
The second half, we've been able to finish the job. And in a lot of cases, the first half, we would run very fast for the Tide forward, run top 5, top 10, but have something happen. And that was okay. I mean, it was painful at the time, but it was okay, because the hardest part of this business is finding speed. And if you've got speed, then the rest of it will come if you're patient and you've got, good quality people, which we do. We just, this is a great group to race with.
Check this out. Mike Waltz is going to be in a sandwich in just a second.
Jeff, like you said, he's been real smart, real safe right now. He's not going to force the issue.
It's a wedge adjustment on Jeff Gordon's car. One round, just a little bit tight. It's 4 tires and fuel. Make sure you get the windshield clean, he said. A lot of bugs, Marty.
He has a very, very good race car. And, every time Jeff Gordon, it looks like, is running well, he has a collision on pit road.
Yep.
Did he do any damage to the fenders?
That's a very good question.
I don't think so. I think he hit him far enough back where I don't think he got the front fender.
Let's go back and take a look at what happened.
Now, just imagine a wall being there. If there would have been a problem, instead of being able to go in the grass like he does here, if there was a wall, that would have been real ugly.
See, I don't think they even touched, as a matter of fact. But you're right. Last week at Miami Homestead, he couldn't have dodged that on the grass. They would have certainly collided.
And this is the same situation that happened last week with 3 cars coming out of the pits, except they had no place to go. They made contact, and it shot Ward Burton's back to the left.
Right.
This time, they all had room to move to the right. So a close call for the would-be champion on the pit lane. He's running 4th now, under caution, the Napa 500 at Atlanta. Jeff Gordon running in 4th. Bill, saw that close call on pit road. What are they saying?
It was just that, just a close call. In fact, Ricky Craven even radioed back to his crew to tell Jeff, I really appreciate that he did that. There was no contact between the two. Now, before they went back to green, Jeff Gordon said, I'm having fun. Robbie Loomis said, that's the way it should be. Funny, because Craven radioed the exact same thing back to his crew. You can't have any more fun than this. So there's 2 guys out there with good cars. Craven chasing perhaps a 2nd win. Gordon looking for a win and a 4th championship.
And it is. When you've got a good car, these guys have great cars. They're handling, they're running high, running low. It is a lot of fun. If you're not handling here, it's no fun.
It's pretty fun to watch these guys with these good handling cars.
Yes, it is. Here comes Bobby Labonte. Blows up right in the back bumper of Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon's having all kind of trouble trying to get by John Andretti.
He had a hard time last week. Wasn't it at Homestead he had a hard time getting past a 43 car?
Yeah, I remember. How's Jeff Gordon doing?
There he is, back in 9th position. But don't be alarmed, Jeff Gordon fans, because Ricky Rudd, the 28 car, is back at 29th. He's a lap down to Jeff Gordon.
Just coming up on halfway in this race, so things are looking good for Gordon to finally fight that Winston Cup Championship trophy off this afternoon.
Check out our telemetry with Jeff Gordon. She goes down to 152 miles per hour. Down to turn 1. He will accelerate up to around 190. In turn 3, exactly 190.
How about that?
Should be a little bit faster down in turn 1. Probably 191, 192. Because the straightaway has a better exit and entry. It's a little bit longer. Just 191.
Boy, you can really see that sun glare going into turn 1, too, as we ride there with Jeff.
Heck, we aren't halfway yet.
Yeah. But they're having problems with bugs out there. It's going to get a lot worse here in the next hour.
So this is Jeff Gordon and how things are going for him. Jeff Gordon running in 9th spot, trying to lock up the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship today.
Well, Jeff Gordon's car continues to be very, very tight and getting tighter, and there's a reason for that. Remember how out to lunch they were at Rockingham? Well, that day it was really, really loose. So they tried to correct for that here. The problem is right now it appears they have gone too far. It'll be a track bar adjustment and an air pressure adjustment, but Gordon is just way too tight, Dave.
Bill, 2 stops ago, Rusty Wallace's car was tight, so they made a track bar and an air pressure adjustment.
Jeff Gordon trying to lock up the Winston Cup Championship today, right now in position to do same. How's Jeff Gordon doing? Came into the day trying to lock up his 4th NASCAR Winston Cup Series Championship. Back in 8th place right now, and he's 14 seconds behind his team car, that 25. Gordon trying to become only the 3rd man to win more than 3 NASCAR Winston Cup Series championships, and that's pretty darn good company if he does it.
As happy as, look at that windshield going down turn 1. What can you see, folks? Nothing.
I see a lot of bugs.
A lot of bugs. It is really, really bad. The sun, late in the evening in turn 1 in Atlanta, the sun comes beating in there, and these bugs aren't helping the situation at all.
Tire and oil, tire grime and oil, and all that oil dry that we've had on the track from, boy.
But you know, Jeff Gordon, as happy as he's going to be to win this championship, he's going to be very disappointed because he and the team really wanted to win this race today. Not to say he is going to win, but it doesn't look like he's going to win.
They got up from their starting place, took the green in 24th, got up and actually led. And had a terrific car in the early going, but the handling has certainly faded away. But Gordon again in position to lock up the championship at the end of the day. He's running in 8th right now.
Jeff Gordon on pit road with a very tight race car. Track bar adjustment, 4 tires and fuel, a very dirty windshield, and a very dirty visor. He's on his way to Bone and Pony. Then there's Turtle, Rambo, and Stoley. Back in the compound, more strange people with names like Hoppy and Hefty and Mr. B and Doc. Cigar. To his wife, Sue, we've done all we can. Now you take care of him on the weekends. Brad, you brought a special style and a smile to the many miles. You take with you our sincere thanks, our best wishes, and finally a nickname. One reserved for only the best. Champion. Thank you. Thank you.
Way to go,
Brad.
Jeff Gordon running 9th in position to lock up the title. Out and into the inside wall. Jeff Gordon trying to lock up a championship after the pit road incident of last week. Had a close call there. Rick Hendrick has got a car leading the race and one going to lock up the championship. Matt? Bill Weber, looks like the championship trophy is going to get passed out just a little bit from now.
Car owner Rick Hendrick is down here. You don't know whether to laugh, cry, cheer, worry. You're having a fairly good day.
I know what to do. I'm worrying. I know exactly what to do. I'm worried. I'd like to see Jerry win this race for Pop, and I'd like to get this championship running in the top 10. So pretty nervous right now.
That'd be an amazing accomplishment, Rick, if you can pull that off.
Yeah, the guys have worked hard, and you know they put on a good race today. So this is some of the closest racing I've ever seen. So it's been a great year.
It has been. Nadeau's very good at this track. Obviously, it looks like you will walk away with a championship here today.
Boy, these things are hard to get, and these guys have worked hard. You know, everybody in the organization has worked hard, and to win the truck deal and this deal, it's been a great year.
Now, if Jerry can make it on fuel,
well,
there's something else to worry about, Rick.
Hey, don't tell me anything else.
Yeah, Bill, and what would be Rick Hendrick's 5th NASCAR Winston Cup title, 4 with Jeff Gordon. Like that was the coming together for he and the Hendrick team to springboard them to good things to this season. Then they've struggled. Only 8 top 10 finishes all season, and they failed to finish 8 races.
Now there's a battle going on for the 6th position. Jared had it from Junior. Junior took it back away, and here comes Jeff Gordon trying to take it away from both of them.
One more lap, and Jeff Gordon clinches the championship. Because then he couldn't finish far enough down in the race to lose the points he'd need to lose. So next time he crosses the start-finish line, Jeff Gordon is the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Series champion. And he's going to do it fighting Dale Earnhardt Jr. for 6th place.
Oh,
A little loose there, Pete.
Scott got her down on the apron.
Let's listen. I guess he's a little busy for them to pass that message on to him right now.
Well, he moves into the 6th position. He's got about 2 seconds to the next spot.
Well, he wanted to win it running up front. It's not going to be a win, which earlier in the day looked like it had the potential to be. But he's going to get himself a good top 10 finish today, unlike the last 2 weeks where they've struggled so badly. There's the banner. It's official now. NASCAR Winston Cup Series champions for 2001, Jeff Gordon and the Hendrick Motorsports team.
4 times he has won the championship. And he's, what, 30 years old? My goodness.
9 seasons, 4 championships. That's incredible. Pretty much locked it up with a strong run of races middle of the season. Wins at Indianapolis and Watkins Glen in early August set him on the road to the championship. And now just a couple of more laps to go before the celebration can begin and the Champions Trophy is handed over to Jeff Gordon. Jerry Nadeau runs out of gas a half a lap from the checkered flag. Bobby Labonte wins the race. And Jeff Gordon has locked up the championship. Bobby Labonte, the defending NASCAR Winston Cup champion, will yield the trophy to Jeff Gordon today, but he'll do so in victory lane, having claimed his 2nd win of 2001. And for Jeff Gordon, boy, what can you say? 4 championships in 9 seasons of Winston Cup racing. I think that no one will feel anything but happiness for this man, Robbie Loomis. We talked about him last week in our pre-race show, and Dave, let's hear from the new champion crew chief.
And a big hug from the 2nd place today anyway. Up until that point, Patrick McSwain, the crew chief for Ricky Rudd. But you are the Winston Cup champion crew chief for 2001. How does that feel, Rob?
Whew, I'll tell you, it feels great. It's just, you know, this championship, I said all along, is Jeff Gordon's championship. People all along have really never, I think, give Jeff the credit he is. And I'm just fortunate to be a part of these guys. This DuPont race team, Hendrick Motorsports, all the guys at the shop. Real shame for Jerry there at the end. Jerry had a great car all day long, but it's really, thank you, Nick. I mean, it's hard to say. You know, Mr. Hendrick gives us so many tools to work with. Pop, I hope you got that black hat on today. I think you did. And Brian Weitzel, the job he's done all year long. It's just a great team effort, and I can't say enough. It hasn't sunk in yet.
I think some folks might have doubted early in the season. Obviously, Las Vegas was the first win, but did you guys think you had it early on?
You know, we just come out and put our best foot forward each week, every practice, every qualifying effort, and every race. And like I said, we've been very blessed. The good Lord's been with us all the way. We've been doubted since all our life. I think everybody's been doubted, but that's part of life. Just got to put your best foot forward, and what you get's what you get. This was a great year for us.
All right, go celebrate, Robbie. And the crew chief who's celebrating a victory today is with Matt Yoakum.
The 18 team needed a break. They haven't really had a great break all year.
This is a great way for you to cap off your championship year, and you hand off the trophy now to Jeff Gordon.
Well, you know, Jeff's done a great job all year, and, you know, he's been consistent week in and week out, and just want to congratulate those guys on a great championship season.
Jeff Gordon wound up finishing today in 6th position. He needed to lead by 185 at the end of the day to lock up the title. He has done so. Let the champion celebration begin. Bill Weber.
And down here on the front stretch at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, a familiar place and a sight for Jeff Gordon. Another NASCAR Winston Cup championship, his 4th, one of only 3 men to win 4 or more championships. He knows the pose, and he knows the trophy. Tony Gibson and the rest of his crew all here. Be a few high fives and a kiss for Brooke. If you go and shake everybody's hand, we're going to we're going to run into next year's Daytona 500. A hug for Robbie Loomis. We knew that was coming. And now for car owner Rick Hendrick. Congratulations, champ.
Oh, man. Wow. I'm just blown away. I'm just absolutely blown away that this is our fourth time doing this. It seems like the first time all over again. Each one gets sweeter. And, you know, first I want to say what a true class act and champion Ricky Rudd, Dale Jarrett, Sterling Marlin, Tony Stewart, all those guys that we battle with for this championship. What a battle it was. But all the guys in the DuPont Chevrolet team, they just were incredible this year. You know, they just were flawless in the way they prepared these race cars, in the way they performed on pit road, the way the engines performed. That was a backup in there, and you would never known it today. Just really, you know, I could be here all day long thanking everybody. I want to thank Robbie Loomis. It's his first championship. We're really proud to have him on board and get him his first championship, as well as a lot of other guys on this DuPont team. Brian Weitzel, there's so many guys that are crucial to this championship. And the only other thing I want to say right now, besides getting a chance to thank my sponsors, which I hope you'll let me do, you know, all year long we've been honoring America and honoring heroes, and I think it's only fitting that we honor, I think, one of the greatest champions NASCAR will ever have is Dale Earnhardt, and
I think they agree.
Well, he taught me how to race for a championship, and he taught me an awful lot of other things, but we miss him a lot, and we're just so proud to be able to get this Winston Cup championship and get our fourth one. And I know if he's here, he'd be the first one coming over here congratulating us. So we're just so thrilled. I want to thank all the fans, especially want to thank DuPont. All the folks from DuPont have been great this year. Quaker State, Pepsi, Fritos, GMAC, Haas, EDS, Delphi. We got a lot of sponsors, and this Chevrolet has been hopping this year, and we're so proud of it. And can't forget the guys that are giving us a big check right here. RJ Reynolds, everybody from Winston, they're great partners of ours, and we just love being a part of this awesome sport, and it wouldn't happen without all these fans. So thank you so much, and you guys at NBC too. You guys have been great. We appreciate it.
Thanks, man. We got a little presentation.
Did I forget anybody?
I think you did okay, but we got a presentation, so you can work on that for a minute. We'll hop up there and do the presentation, but first let's go hear from his teammate with Mac.
And back when we come back after this break, the presentation of the NASCAR Winston Cup Champions Trophy down trackside. Jeff Gordon about to accept the NASCAR Winston Cup Series Champions Trophy, having locked up the title for 2001 with still one race to go. You see them making ready down on stage now, getting ready for the presentation. We'll join it momentarily. Gordon with a 6th place finish here today. While we wait on the presentation, let's hear from Ricky Rudd, who will come up short in his bid for the 2001 title. Dave spoke with him moments ago.
And your comments, Jeff wins the championship today. You were his closest pursuer all year long.
Yeah, we kind of figured on Jeff, it was just a matter of time before he wrapped it up. Okay, Dave, thank you very much. Back here on the front stretch at the Atlanta Motor Speedway and the presentation of the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Championship Trophy. Let's begin with NASCAR President Mike Helton. Congratulations on an excellent season to you, Mike.
It was a great season, and thanks to guys like Jeff Gordon and Rick Hendricks for making it that way. Jeff, on behalf of everyone in NASCAR, Bill France, his family, all the employees and members of NASCAR, the billions of fans, congratulations on joining an elite group. There's not many guys that's won 4 of them. You're only one of 3, so congratulations, and we're proud of you. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
And from the R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company Chairman and CEO Andy Schindler.
Jeff, I want to congratulate you, the 24 team, Rick Hendricks and Hendricks Motorsports, for winning the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Championship. This is your 4th championship, and I'm proud to say I've been here to present all 4 of them to you. Here's your trophy, man.
The 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup champion, Jeff Gordon, his 4th. These are moments you never forget.
No, I tell you, I want to thank Mike and everybody from NASCAR, and of course Andy and everybody from Winston. This has been an incredible year for us, and the sport has grown to a whole new level, and we're just so proud of all the efforts that were put out to take this sport to that level, and proud to be a part of it. But every time I hear that number 4, 4 championships, it just boggles my mind. I can't believe it. But I didn't do it alone. I did it with every member of this race team. They came together and said they wanted to be champions, and they proved it. And through the grace of God, we were able to do this together as a team, and just get through a lot of adversity from last year and just build on that and become a much stronger team this year and come out here and win a championship. And phenomenal year.
Yeah, you cornered the market on adversity last year, didn't you?
Yeah, we were testing our patience quite often. But you know what? I keep saying, I've said all year long, that year we had last year is what made us champions this year. If you don't go through some tough times along the way, then you really never find out what exactly you're made of. And you can say all day long that you're champions through the tough times and the good times, but until you go through and do it like that and come back and be champions. And there are a lot of critics that didn't think we could come back and do it, and it makes us awful proud to be able to come back and put this thing up front all year long and win races, big races, and then come here and do it in the fashion we did today with a good, strong finish.
Congratulations to you, your car owner, and your entire team. You're the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup champion.
Thank you so much. It's awesome. Woo!
Jeff Gordon celebrates here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway his 4th championship. And, of course, they'll also give him a little bit of money here, Alan.
Yeah. Some $3.6 million on Friday, November 30th at the Winston Cup Awards ceremony in New York. TNT will bring you coverage of that. We've got still another race to go before we wrap this season up. What do you say about Jeff Gordon? I'm sitting here looking at the stat sheet that they faxed over here from the press box. Let's see. At age 30, the youngest driver ever to score 4 championships. 4th title in 9 years. Incredible what the young man and his race team have accomplished.
Really, they have been a phenomenal team. Everyone said when Ray Evernham left, the team was gone down the tube. Robbie Loomis came in, and they didn't have the success right away that everyone thought that Jeff Gordon should have. But he and Robbie Loomis finally got on the same page, and they are communicating beautifully, and they still have a terrific race team there.
And the weight of the world is off that team's shoulders. They wanted to get this thing done this weekend. They did not want to really race in this championship going into New Hampshire next weekend. So great team, great effort. Jeff's a great champion. These guys deserved it.
Rick Hendrick, his 5th Winston Cup title. He's assembled just an outrageously impressive organization, but I think perhaps the man on the championship team everyone will feel most happy for. But it's Robbie Loomis.
Yeah, but the end of this season has been so weird. I mean, because all of a sudden the guys that were so strong at the first of the season aren't strong near the end. When we go to Loudon on Friday afternoon, who knows who's going to step up and be the main guy there?
A lot at stake at New Hampshire. All of the top 10 spots in the points except first will be up for grabs, and that's a lot of money between those positions. That's at noon Eastern time. This coming Friday, spend part of your Thanksgiving weekend with us. We'll be in what will hopefully be sunny New Hampshire for the New Hampshire 300. Jeff Gordon, your 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Series champion. Great race here in Atlanta today, but in the end, turn the page in that record book. Jeff Gordon joins Dale Earnhardt and Richard Petty for the 4th Winston Cup title. That's all for today from Atlanta.